say once the label gets going, are you then getting flooded with demos? You're getting flooded with offers, friends, band, hey, put us out. Like, is that kind of what started happening?
Big time. And I was still actively going out to gigs because I would go anyway because I love music. But all of a sudden, music starts coming in. And one band in particular, the Boll Weevils, they sent me a cassette. Man, I love those guys. They still kick ass. And they sent me
your friendship. That's no excuse for your puppy. Yeah, sorry, but yeah.
Still play. The new record kicks ass.
Yeah.
And they're sweet people. Man, I love that band. Ken and Daryl and the two Pete's. So they sent me a cassette. A lot of people sent me a cassette, including Blink 182. And I said, no, you sound too much like NoFX. And Less Than Jake, I'm like, I like you guys a lot, but I don't want to sign too many like ska core bands. So I don't regret it because I only put out things that I like. But a lot of bands send me stuff. I'm like, I like you guys. And my whole criteria then and still today is put out good music from people I like. Doesn't matter if it sells. I have to like it because I have to assume it's not going to sell. And that's okay. Realistic goals. Good music from good people. And over 35 years, for the most part, I have a 99% track record of doing that, of putting out cool music from cool people.
So how does Game Face get on your radar? And I only ask because you have sort of an Orange County band. They're on Network Sound, which was kind of the merging of Convergent Records and New Age Records. How do they get to bill? Was it them playing sort of out in the Inland Empire that did like what's the story?
I got to them because I heard them and I'm like, these guys fucking kick ass. So I was bugging them and I saw them at the YAC, the Youth Activity Center in Claremont. That was the first show that I saw. I'm like, man, I really like these guys. So I was after them. I was pursuing them. They didn't come to me. I came to them.
I remember and you have that picture on the wall, and I think I even told it to you when I saw it. You guys took a picture after a show, and I think it maybe was like a Dr. Strange show, which is like Rock and all those bands at the showcase. Yeah, and I remember saying, hey, we took a picture at the end. This was really the first time I ever felt like I was on a label. So but I'm saying like you are the label. And so I think that speaks a lot to who you are, that Jeff would say that.
Well, yeah, that picture was at the showcase. It was a Doctor Strange event. Like Zoinks played and Brown Lobster Tank and Mandingo and Game Face. And it's on the wall here at the record store. To be on Doctor Strange is you are a family because it's all about family. Making money or even breaking even it's not inconsequential because that pays for the next thing. But if it doesn't make money, that's okay too. That's on me. And I'm really proud of everything that I've done. And Jeff and all those guys, we still keep in touch. As you know, you were just here a couple of weeks ago. They are family, and family is forever. Well, and also friends. I was going to say, you pick your friends, you don't pick your family, but they're both. If you're ever on Doctor Strange, and I still talk to those guys. I still talk to Mandingo. I talk to Rhythm Collision, all those guys, and they're very special to me because I appreciate what they did. They took a chance on me. I took a chance on them, and we're brothers in arms. You know what I mean? And Jeff does all my artwork, and I love him. I love everyone in the band, and yeah, you are family. Once a family member, you're always a family member.
One thing I love about Jeff and his art is like whenever I've worked with him on anything, he literally him taking it, him just hold like it becomes instantly better. And he has such a good signature talent to his art. It's really impressive.
Well, yeah, and I'm proud to say that I broke him in, not only sexually, but also artistically, because he's like, hey, Bill, I'm doing this. He's just experimenting with graphic. I'm like, cool, let's do some stuff. And you can do it. And he did it, and now he's a fucking big wig working for movie studios and doing stuff for Lord of the Rings and Taco Bell, and I don't know what. He does all this stuff. He's super talented, and he's the team leader you know, out in LA. Good guy.
So now, sort of not rewinding really, but wondering if this maybe sort of piggybacks into your rare records repertoire when you did this next release. What were the logistics of getting that Coxbar reissue in the 90s on your label? And here's why I ask about that. You were very prescient.
Which one? Don't have it. We'll get him. Coxbar, that came out in 92 or 93. No one knew of Coxbar.
That's what I was going to say. Like, they
were
got
popular.
so much bigger now. Like, you were so early, but it's okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. Tell me, how does this happen?
I'll tell you. Yeah, they were nothing. Very similar to the Addicts. The Addicts, they were nothing. But those bands, I don't know why, they won the lottery. They reinvented themselves. And now they're phenomenal, rightly so. But Coxbar, I used to deal with a guy named Jürgen from Blitzcore in Germany. And he had this band. I knew of Coxbar, not like I had Shock Troops, and they were also on one of the Oi compilations, I think. I forget which one. Doing We Love You. I'm like, that guy has a great voice. And once again, I just put out things that I like. So Jürgen, I think it's Jürgen, said, hey, do you want to license this record? Like a greatest hits? I'm like, oh, I'd love to do it because they're a great band. It sold so. It wasn't like crazy, but I sold maybe 1,000 or 2,000 at the most.
Jeff
only because of the
layout. Jeff did the layout.
Yeah. And he did. And I gave him an idea for it, but he's like, no. He had a different idea, and his idea was better. And that was an early Jeff thing. Yeah, and I just talked to Daryl or Steve in Coxbar. I'm gonna go see those guys. I've never seen Coxbar, and me and Laura, my wife, are gonna see them at Rebellion Fest in the UK.
Oh, that big festival that they put on, and wow.
Yeah,
Have you ever been to that festival?
I went to the first one in '96. It used to be called Holidays in the Sun.
Okay.
It's the same guys. It's Darren. Well, yeah, whatever. But anyway, Coxbar. Yeah, I just like that's a good record. It's a great record. Great vocalist, and I'll do it. So it was just handed to me.
How do we then move into you opening a store? Because I remember you were doing the label, and then I would see ads for the Dr. Strange store. How does that come about?
Well, it became a necessity because I started out of my apartment down the street, and then I was able to get a house down the street. And I had workers coming in. I'm like, it's probably better to have a store, at least like just to warehouse things. Because then it was still all about the mail order. That was the number one thing.